So the word that keeps coming to mind for me is just we. Like it's a way to enter the we. And I think a lot of times our individual psychological suffering is it's a forgetting of the we, and that might manifest on the individual plane as like, oh, I feel lonely, or I don't belong, or I'm in heartbreak because I broke up with my person, or this is painful because this thing I want I can't have. And to me, those are all different ways of just forgetting that we're all part of the we, and we find the we through, this is one way, through relationship, and particularly through conscious relationship, or particularly through conscious relationship with the support of psychedelics. But another way to say it is like, I think that's what people look for when they go to church. I think that's what people look for when they go to football games. That moment of we, where everybody is somehow in it together.
Yeah.
For those who practice yoga, I think we're talking about yoga. We're talking about union, to yoke. What is it we're yoking? In the grandest sense, we're yoking everything. So we're yoking the above with the below. We're yoking the outer with the inner. And so,
that everything is really important.
It's the everything. It's the shadow and the light. It's the trauma. It's the past. It's all is welcome. I mean, that's something that, man, we talk about when we're helping people integrate or process to go on their own psychedelic experiences in a safe way, is really the practice of how much can you welcome? Because the more we can say all is welcome, all is welcome, all is welcome, what are you here to teach me? The more expansive, as opposed to like terrifying.
Yeah. And I think that
the experiences.
It feels like, sorry, may I just say something? It feels like what we're talking about is, it's sort of back to this idea of love is in the listening. Mm-hmm. And it's hard to listen when you're locked into your own individual sense of exactly what it is you need right now. And I think this is where couples get stuck and people get stuck, is, when needs appear, and often they're sort of unmet needs from childhood, they feel very urgent. I just need you to do this for me, or you didn't do this for me. And it feels like the only thing that's going to make you feel better in that moment, I think this is the ego's perspective, is to have your wish granted, is to be sated, is to eat that food you need to eat, to be given that, whatever it is, from your partner, and then everything will be okay, which is sort of definitely rather childlike state. And I suppose, it takes some work and some, what's the word I'm thinking of? Coaxing, like maybe the ritual is a thing that sort of coaxes you into a broader, more kind of grown up and expansive state of mind, where you're like, there's more to heaven than earth than my apparently very urgent need right now.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Absolutely.
Does that resonate?
I love that, actually. And I love that you spoke to the word ritual. And what landed for me as you said that was also that the ritual is our way of being as responsible as we can and consenting to what you just said. Right? Like if I'm in my individual ego, my belief has to be oriented from the place of my hunger is the most important thing. It's the most real thing, and getting it satiated is the best thing. And then we have these moments of awakening where we go, okay, my little self still believes that, but I also trust there's something greater. And so conscious coupling with psychedelics, I think, is a way to open to that, whatever the greater is. Okay, what happens if we are with the hunger instead of expecting it to be satiated? And then the ritual, the preparation is, it just landed as you said that, is it's a 3-dimensional way of being as responsible as possible. Okay, Sausha is a yogic philosophy, which is cleanliness. And it's a way that you prepare yourself for yoga, is you clean. So there's a way, okay, I'm going to be responsible for this greater thing. I'm going to invite her, him, it, as best as we can. So we're going to clean. That's our responsibility. And it's also a little bit of a contract. It's a consent. It's a yes, this thing is happening. We don't know exactly what it is. And we're consenting to greater, higher, gooder for the purpose of love and healing. So, okay. And we're doing it the best way we know how, which is to move our bodies around the 3-dimensional plane and burn sage. And say our prayers and ring our bells and call in the directions and go, okay.
Yeah. And I think, and once that's done, it takes an attitude of comfort being with the unknown, because it's like if somebody were going to take a psychedelic journey or do any kind of practice that's going to get them in touch with the numinous or whatever may take them beyond, this is my feeling around it, is the degree they can go is the degree they're comfortable with being with discomfort. But if your goal is to avoid or numb discomfort, we have to find a new goal if we're really going to do intimate work, because the discomfort is often the path. It guides us to where we can experience a limitation that we need to go beyond. So when we do the ritual, we're inviting something, saying yes, doing our best. There's also this place where we've agreed to welcome the unknown, which can be scary, terrifying, illuminating, blissful, all the different things. But it's like that place. If we're full of ourselves, we can't be full of God or the universe or whatever it is. And so it's that invitation. I'm willing to be scared. I'm willing to be uncomfortable. I'm willing, because whatever I'm committed to, I think is more than that.